Good afternoon. Since we seem to be in a season of adjusting to all kinds of new realities, I decided to try a new approach to sharing some important information with you today. This morning, we received a message from our district superintendent indicating that he and the rest of his leadership team are, quote, suggesting that district churches follow the recommendation of government authorities and suspend Sunday services and public gatherings for the next 2 weeks, end quote. This means that here at Bedford CMA, we will not be keeping our regular schedule of Wednesday evening and Sunday morning gatherings until at least Wednesday, April 1st, and sadly, no, this is not an April Fool's joke. In the meantime, Dawn and Ginger and I are working on ways that we can provide an alternative to those Sunday morning services in the form of some kind of online video stream similar to what we did this past Sunday. Details of how that will work will be communicated later on in the week as we get closer to Sunday morning. But in the meantime, I want to read one more line from the DS's message and comment on a couple of things mentioned there. He says, we recommend this dramatic step not out of fear, but out of respect for our leaders and for the benefit of our communities. First, a word about fear. While the things that are unfolding around us are indeed very serious and could impact our lives in significant ways, I want to remind you that we do not need to respond to those possibilities with the same kind of fear and sense of chaos that we may see in others these days, because we have hope and security in Christ. Let me share with you a couple of verses that came to my attention in my reading this morning from Psalm 112, starting at verse 6, which says, surely the righteous will never be shaken. They will be remembered forevermore. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Their hearts are secure. They have no fear. Let me also remind you of a passage familiar to many of you in Philippians chapter 4, starting at verse 6, which reminds us of the peace of God which passes all understanding. It is my prayer that even in the midst of some very trying times, that peace of God will be your reality moment by moment and day by day because of your faith and trust in Christ. Secondly, I want to comment on the thought of what is to the benefit of our communities. I'm sure that when he chose those words, our district superintendent had in mind that the fewer times and places we gather in large groups, the fewer opportunities there are for this virus to spread between and among us. But I also want us to think about other ways that we might be the benefit of our communities. I want you to keep your eyes and ears open to opportunities and needs around us, places where we might have the chance to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ in the life of those in need, whether it be for food delivery or childcare or whatever. Just be sensitive to the needs around us, and if you have an idea of ways that we might be the church for our community in these difficult times, please let me know by calling or emailing me here at the office. For now, we thank you for your patience in these difficult times and pray the peace of God for you moment by moment. God bless.